guys, so I'm just back into the studio after the last recording days. And I just wanted to check in with where I'm at, where the project's at.
Been very naughty, Bob. With all these guitars.
How the songs went, what's going on. And also share some creative notes about what's inspiring me, what's exciting me. This is a transitional moment. I've just accomplished one milestone and I'm just formulating the next steps, the next moment, and having to think about strategy and what's to come next. So of course, every time you go to the recording studio, it's fraught with anxiety and tension and that creative mania that precedes it as you're trying to get the songs ready. So even though I'm doing a YouTube channel, the YouTube channel can take up a lot of time. So I'm trying to create little miniature systems, little ways that I can just make my workflow super quick, super easy, so that I can just get the camera, slot it in here, slot it in there, and then have a very fluid, quick workflow. And I just come over here and I slot it in there, hope it doesn't fall off. And I've got the auto framing feature on. Here, like from here into there. And then the process kind of takes care of itself. Here, can you see me if I move back here? It's just a matter of smashing a camera there, turning it on, getting on with the rock and roll, blah, 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 oh, box, or whatever it is that I'm up to. Aha, oh, no. And Bob's your uncle, so to speak. So I feel the first months of this project have been about experimentation, about learning a language, if you like. Now, what is that language? That language is what you attempt to find as you step out, because sometimes you're being called by something, but you don't know exactly what the nature of that call is. You hear it, and you know that you have to go to it, but it's in the going out itself that the project starts to take shape, that the vocabulary of the project starts to take shape. Okay, so just kind of work on a little vibe here. No idea if it's any good, doesn't really matter, but just put down these little things. I've got the vocals going into the voice box for once. Dun, 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 dun. Then the vocal. Bit of fun, you know. Suddenly I can see for the first time rather clearly what it is that I'm trying to do. Okay, so I was gonna go home. It was like a beautiful summer's evening, but I just feel like captured by the music, by the tune. And I am going to smash out a demo. Of course, it's like with a creative project and so on, one wants a sense of playfulness, but I just love this beat. It's a very sort of modern idea, this idea that your creativity's going to be fun, that you're going to be taking teacups and painting fluffy monsters on them. Ripping you to pieces over and over and over, but in a very beautiful way. That's how you get atomized. You get redistributed into the whole through the atomization, through the fragments that burst through. So as I've gone along, I've been making this song list that you can see here, and these are just the songs, the ideas as they develop. They're beginning to tick along, and just before this last session, I put up 6 of them that I was working on in parallel. And at that point, there was no song. It was just literally these ideas and this belief that out of these ideas something would form. And the absolutely magical thing is that give in to the feeling and fight for you can come off the wall now, because I have made songs out of these guys. It's just so exciting that, look at that, it doesn't even want to come off the wall. That is awesome. Sorry, buddy. And that's the thing, it's like you create, and out of that space and all that longing, that thinking, that hungering, that furying, and that desire, something manifests. And that's when life is knitting itself together and it's propelling you forward. And it's like, who knows where a song can take you? Who knows what a song wants to be? It's a great moment of peace in this wonderful old German lighting factory that's now become this hub and centre of the arts, and it's one of the humble joys of my life to be lucky enough to be a part of it. And during the winter it was terribly cold and terribly lonely at times, and very quiet sometimes, interdispersed with these incredible events, and then now these nights are rare when it's very quiet and the sun just bursts through, and it's such a metaphor, like the light and the dark always is, and to have a moment of peace with it, the moment to just sit and be within it, and to say no to some things, to say no to some things, to say yes to other things, because that's what any project requires of you. That there are some things that you have to allow as to become and to be sacrifices. What are you willing to give up in order to receive? And that's part of the thing, that's a part of the exchange of the spirit. That's the altar upon which new things are born, that you offer part of yourself within the sacrifice, and within the sacrifice something is born out of you, and you are new born into something else. And tonight I just had this little idea, came down, and I feel sort of filled up with gratitude and thankfulness that this project has seeped so deep into me. It's become, there were clots before, and now I feel like the arteries moving openly, the blood moving through the arteries very freely, and I want to go deeper into it and to experiment and to find something new. Just a little loop here. Sometimes, baby, out in the wild dreams are you here? Maybe bring in a bit of a, So one of the things that I'm learning with this project is to overcome this addiction to good and bad. When ideas are coming through, I'm no longer judging it in the moment. There is a difference between the editing mind and the creating mind. And the problem is that so often we're bringing in the editor into the creation. Okay, we're putting something down, Ah, you know who's here? Look who's here, your best friend, guys, there you are. The thing is that you have to imagine the editor is analytical. It's observing the process from the outside, and it's always questioning. And that's a wonderful and important and integral part of the creative process, but it is not the entire process. Okay, so what stage are we at? No structure, but we've got a vibe. So I'm just kind of thinking, staying in the process, whacking stuff down, no judgment, just having fun, and putting some sounds down, and all this stuff, it kind of tends to lead somewhere eventually. We also have to just allow ourselves to get into that primordial cry, to scream out that which is going on inside us. So I guess stick a little vocal down. I'm not going to worry too much about lyrics. There's just the feeling. All I know is about Sometimes, baby, and allow it to come out. Because the thing is, if you're always in a state of prejudgment of that which you're trying to create, you're essentially blocking it. Sometimes, baby, out in the wild dreams before it goes into the next level. And the thing is that when you are really going into that space, crying it out, getting to that eureka release at the beginning of things and at the end of things. That burst moment, sometimes it just sounds horrible. It's that first cry, it's shrill, it's painful, it grates upon the ears. But if you follow that without judgment and with joy, sometimes it takes you into a whole other space. You know what I mean? It's like, when I think of these songs, the dross at the beginning of these songs, I tell you, man, I don't know how songs come out of this stuff. But the thing is, you're hacking away in the dark. You're mining. You're going underground. It's like, you got to imagine like you're a miner, right? And you're going down. How does the miner find the ore? How does the miner find the raw materials? So this is quite often how I go about lyrics, just kind of the formulation of the words is so bound to the music and the structure and the feelings and the rhythm. So I just like to howl it out a few times and just see what I come up with. In the raw materials, the miner's got to go into the pits. You've got to go and get into the dirt, into the dark. You can't always be concerned about being pretty. It's too much. It is too much, man. It is too much. It is too much, man. You got to get that stuff of the earth all over you and be committed. Okay, I popped out to go and get a little bierchen, and I think I might have accidentally written a verse for this tune. So that's really exciting. I think that's the thing. It's like sometimes when you're just cracking away at it, little bits of stuff come out. So what's the time? It's 10:15. I'm going to crack on. I'm going to keep on working hard and see if I can develop some type of structure. Take it from there. All right, energy booster. Let's go. Camelfleisch? Du hast Camelfleisch oder
Camelfleisch means, you know, this means very old meat, ugly meat. Me and Micha.
You are beautiful to me, 13, always.
And I have a sexy smile with my lip.
So that's what dream I'm working towards, is that I could just knock out a song like tonight, all in one session. Idea, melody, bang, just done. Do some demos super quickly. Throw it out to you guys to have a community who you can just riff off. And you can say, look, do you like this? Do you like the vibe? Are you feeling it? Are you vibing from it? Get that immediate thing. I think that's my aspiration with YouTube, to develop that community, that sense of feeling, because it's like, it's a modern, different type of world, and it's like this idea of really going directly into a public space with stuff and auditioning it there, saying, look, do you like that? Do you like the feeling? Is it getting into the heart? Or is it rubbish? Is it terrible? Having that sort of, you know, that freedom of spirit to be good, to be bad, to get beyond all the isms and that isms, and just to send it out to you guys. So like, do send me feedback if you're liking the vibe of this, diabolical and unformed and as it is. And then just please let me know, because that's what I'm kind of trying to do, I guess. I mean, really, I have no idea what I'm trying to do, but I'm doing something. No one could deny that. Doing something. Cracking on.